Hello, I'm Gary Terry. Welcome to the Davey Gillum Show, Coach. Sponsored by Exterior Home Solutions. If you have storm damage or just need someone to come look at your roof, come give Jeff Hedrick a call at 865-524-5888. Coach, welcome to the show. Thanks so much for taking some time out of your day to come visit with us today. Coach, before we get started with the show, I think it's important that we take just a few minutes and just recognize the special season, the special time that happened last year. Let you talk just a little bit about that. I want to congratulate you. It took a long time, a lot of hard work, a lot of efforts on a lot of people's parts to get that done. And I know you've told many folks thanks, and you've recognized lots of people in being a part of that championship season. Let's do that one more time.
Yeah, I don't ever get tired of talking about it.
Sure.
It was a special year for me as a head coach, and my 13th year. Just a lot of built on getting to that one point. We've had a lot of kids come through, a lot of people been a part of it, a lot of coaches. I think the core of our coaching staff's been here about the whole time I have.
Yeah.
You was here before that. We got Coach Lambert in last year, and he was there prior to me. He started when I quit as a player, and he came back for it. So it was a culminating accomplishment for a lot of us.
Sure.
But I felt like more than that, it was a culminating event for our community.
Yeah.
This program's been good a long time before I got here. It was great under Coach Kerr. I came and played for Coach Kerr. John Chadwell Cross, my brother, a bunch of us come and played here to be a part of this program, and to get to take it over and us kind of build on that foundation that was laid was huge.
Right.
And so there were so many of us as players, former players, that was just excited to see Anderson County finally get over that hump. And it was a big year, but more than just culminating, we had a special group of seniors.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of great players over the years, but we had a team full of great players last year.
Right.
I could go back and we could talk about maybe this kid's the best ever that, but this one team, we didn't put one kid on the field on offense or defense that wasn't really, really good.
Yeah.
And then we had those stars, the Brysons, the Gavins, the Walkers, the Nick Moogs, and all these guys to still take it to that next level. And, not only did we win a state championship, we went 15-0.
Right.
Playing 5A, 6A teams, former state champions.
Went down in several games, went down, 2 touchdowns, 1 touchdown, and in one instance, I think 3 touchdowns, and got an onside kick in one game. I think we got one in 2 games to bring us back into play right there and give us a chance. And those we go down to Red Bank, fall behind there in the semifinals, and then come back in that game as well. Go down to the state championship, go down 2 touchdowns, come back in that game as well. The way that those guys did that is something for a story for a long, long time.
Yeah, it is. It wasn't just winning. Again, 15-0 with that record is before the season, I've told our coaching staff I could see us winning a state championship before I could see us go 10-0 with this schedule. We felt like if we could get through that schedule, keep our head up, stay healthy, that we were going to be ready for a playoff run.
Yeah.
But it's really a testament to the depth we had, the leadership we had on the team. As a coach, we're definitely excited to have that on our resume for our program. But, all of us guys, we've been here coaching a long time.
Yeah.
And, we coach just as hard in the lean years as we do the good years. It's more fun in the good years, but it says a lot about the players on that team, that they were given basically the same slate of coaching and things, and they did more with it as a good group. And that showed week to week. We played some all-star teams. Beating Elizabethton twice is no small thing. Beating Greenville the way we did, no small thing. Beating Powell the way we did, no small thing.
Right.
Beating Science Hill like that. That's
6A school at Science Hill.
Yeah, a big deal. Beating Bearden the way we did.
Yeah.
So, that was quite a resume. And and Ray County,
Yeah, another tough one.
Nobody likes playing Ray County.
Back to back.
Yeah. But we found a different way to win each week.
Yeah.
And, we had injuries. Gavin was hurt really through the whole season, didn't get a comeback in, probably 85% for the playoffs, but was out majority of the season as running back, things like that. We had kids step in. Cody Miller stepped in for him in the spots and linebacker and things like that.
Yeah.
But somebody different stepped up every week, and it was a testament to the depth of that team. We won games running the ball. We won games throwing the ball. We won games by just stoning people. So, it was just whatever we needed that night.
Yeah.
Those kids just found a way to get it done, and, there was a somebody just filled that role every single Friday.
Yeah, what a great memory, and something will be with all of us for the rest of time. We'll always remember those days and those times and those games, and being behind and watching our kids fight and looking up in the stands and seeing that you can't get a seat. You can't stand in room only on the backside there. Just people watching those games, and what an incredible atmosphere to play in, and that's forever.
Yeah, it started from game one. We had a lot of hype with this group. Walker, Gavin, Bryson, Eli Davis, Eli Nelson, all them guys had started from freshman, sophomore year on. So we had played a lot of football. It wasn't like we rolled into the first game wondering whether we're going to be good or not. We knew we were going to be good. Where we were going to top out, you never know that.
Right.
But we knew we had a shot.
Yeah.
The season was awesome, but we were sold out from game one. That Powell game was it looked like a college football game. It was the very first game of the year, just packed out, TV cameras everywhere, and the whole season went like that. We had 6 home games the regular season, standing room only. So much goes into a Friday night in Anderson County. The fireworks, the Jumbotron, our Jumbotron crew,
No doubt.
the band, the cheer, the dance. There's so many things going on for our community on Friday night, and that atmosphere only got better with every win. And by the time we got to the playoffs, it was just a storybook season, and to knock out E-Town at home, and that's a good football community. I mean, that was packed.
Oh, yeah.
Greenville, great football community, packed, huge wins. Go to Red Bank, packed out. We got more people than them.
Yeah, that's what I was going to mention, Coach.
I
you
love
go to
it.
away games, and our crowd is phenomenal. They do a great
our
job
fan
traveling,
support.
and our fan supports.
I think it says a lot to our program, but it says a lot to the programs involved in fall football with the cheer, with the band, how many people are involved in Friday nights that support their kids and the community and that type of thing.
Folks.
But the championship game itself was quite an experience, and Adam Lloyd need to really help us out, set us up in a first-class hotel in downtown Chattanooga, high-rise, glass everywhere, and we got to give our kids a college football experience. We always talk about giving them a college football experience while they're here playing for us, but they got a taste of what it's like on the road in college football. We take them down.
Double-decker bus down downtown Chattanooga, and it was a little bit of mist and
getting the meeting rooms in the hotel, the meal catered in, and all them things, the bus ride to the practice at Chattanooga Christian, and the same type of things you do when you're playing college football. It was nice to give our kids that, and then to get there Saturday morning and it be a little rainy, and you're thinking, man, that's going to hurt our fan support. But it was. I don't know that I've seen many teams show up the way that our Anderson County community did. I was getting. I didn't even get to respond to all the texts and all the messages I got from people I hadn't talked to in 30 years.
I think we were the highest attendance game that they had this past year. I think we were the highest attendance.
I'd be shocked if we didn't. And I know they had a local team play, so I'd say that number was high too.
Yeah.
But people that graduated in the early 80s, late 80s, people I played with, people I graduated with, that don't even live in the area anymore, made that trip, to go down and watch the team and be a part of something special. And that was huge for our program and huge for our community. To do that.
That's what an incredible memory, for a lifetime memory forever for all our families and all our community members and our kids. Speaking of community members, and a guy that was around in the 80s, played football at Anderson County High School, we're going to bring Richie Noe up to the table here and talk a little bit about Norris Middle School football. Rich, you want to squeeze in right here? We'll bring you right in right there. We're going to have to really squeeze in to get Rich in right here.
Because I'm a wide load.
Yeah, Richie, thanks again for taking some time out of your schedule to come and visit with us today on the show right there. You've got a great football team. You've done a great job. I think it's your 18th year with the program at Norris Middle School right there.
18 years.
You built a dynamite program down there. Everybody's proud of it. Everybody knows it. I don't know many teams that are excited about scheduling Norris Middle because of what you built down there, and we thank you for being part of our program, and thank you for the time and commitment that you put into the middle school program. It's a building block for what we do, and we appreciate your time, energy, and effort. I want to give you a few minutes to talk a little bit about, you guys start off 2-0 this year. You're on fire. Nothing new for Norris Middle School.
Elizabethan in a scrimmage.
There you go. There you go. Go ahead and set that up for us there.
That's right.
Rich, you've been doing this for a long time. You've had some really good football teams. They've come on to be Anderson County Mavericks, and they're really good football teams too. So tell us a little bit about this year's team, who's on the team, who's going to stand out to us, who are some names we need to look for, and talk a little bit about the 2-0 start.
I firmly believe the only reason I was invited was because the quarterback's dad is he's in my DMs. He's telling me to put his kid in the whole time. Actually, it's really not a problem. John David is fantastic. He's worked his tail off for probably about the last 6 years. And you know how football goes in general. It starts and stops with your quarterback, and we've got a great one. I've had some fantastic ones. You know, we had Garrett Johnson.
Yeah.
We had Zane Smith,
Yeah.
who was unbelievable for you guys.
Yeah.
We had Stanton Martin,
Yeah.
who was, as good as any they come. I've never had a kid that can throw the ball as far as he can, as accurately as he can, ever. Ryan Moog was a great quarterback for us, and we thought he had a boomer of an arm, and he could throw it about 45. JD can throw it 65 easy. I mean, 65 easy. No, and I always thought Ryan Moog was a god. I thought Ryan Moog was a legend, and he could sling that ball across the earth. JD's about 20 yards further. We got a good wide receiver core. Our wide receivers go Colton Noe, Riley Miller, Case Encourager, Lane LaRue, Landon Burnett, Jaden Roberts, and Jackson Davis. And those guys are pretty interchangeable. That's your top 7 guys, and they rotate pretty evenly. And all those guys will be standouts when they come to high school. Not one of those guys will ride the bench for very long when they get up here. We got a good running back crew. Aiden Walker, Case Encourager, and Henley Bailey. They've probably rushed in three outings. They've probably rushed for around 400 yards. Those guys are talented. They hit the hole hard, and they, more importantly, they block well and block well for each other. Our offensive line is real steady. Chris Moog does a great job with our offense, and he always has. He's been doing this for us since 2009, and it's a strong commitment by not just him but his family. He drags poor Nick's sorry tail out there all the time, and makes Nick work with our running backs and Ryan. And this year we were able to bring Trey into the fold, and he's brought a lot of fire to our offensive line. We get more penalties now.
Shocker.
We get a lot more penalties now, but we're physical, so there's that. And we got Logan Disney and David Stooksbury been around with us for a long time.
Okay, yeah.
Two former Mavericks? Oh, gosh, yeah, great Mavericks. As a matter of fact, it's funny, Logan brags that he's still got a golf shirt from when Dave played. So Logan's been coaching that long that he's had Dave come through. Up front, we go Noah Ridner, Braxton Smith. We got Engel right there at the center. We got Julio at the guard spot.
Love it.
And then,
can't wait to get Julio.
Yeah, you can't forget Julio. And then we got Linus there at left tackle.
Linus.
And those guys, they love their nicknames, and they are super, super physical. Yeah. It's been fun watching those guys go.
So, Coach, I got to come up and watch you guys at E-Town, and E-Town's 100 strong.
He told me they had 92 kids.
And they were some big boys.
We do not.
No, that's what I was getting to. There are some big kids out there, and you guys went for a long time, maybe 4 hours, and maybe the 30 or 40 kids y'all taught. E-Town didn't want any more by the time that thing was over. Y'all were physical, and at the end of 4 hours, and it was one of the hotter days of summer. You guys were still wanting more. So, how much of that's due to Trey? You guys are always physical.
Trey brings an energy.
He does.
And he's not shy about getting on to anybody. Moog's never been shy, but, Chris Moog, he carries himself, with a lot of class. And Trey don't care. He don't care. He don't care who hears it. If the other coach gets in the way, he may take him out. Just is what it is. Yeah. But our guys, they were physical. We were up there.
Trey was getting on me during the scrimmage.
He probably were. Get back.
He was blaming, I think because I'm the quarterback's dad, he would say, we got to quit throwing the ball.
Typical lineman. But, we went up there. We went up there with 12 offensive linemen, 6 varsity, 6 JV. Yeah. And between those guys, they got 153 snaps. Yeah, wow. In 12 kids. Yeah. That's unreal.
Did great.
Yeah, and they fought all day. We draw a lot of this. This is a unique group. The 8th grade group is really, they've grown into their bodies. They've gotten bigger.
They're
a lot
big.
of those guys are working out.
They are big.
And just a quick shout out. Speaking about growing, LaRue has really grown.
Oh, my God.
And, he played in our Titans program, and he was a guard or tackle 2 years ago. Now he's maybe the fastest kid on the field.
Yeah.
LaRue genes are real.
We were up 18-0 at the half last week. He had all 3.
Yeah.
And 1 was defensive and 2 offensive. He's unbelievable.
He's stuck out in every scrimmage.
Yeah, he really has. He's grown into his own. He's an unbelievable player. But we don't know what the year will unfold. Spring City's pretty good. We think Clinton got their first win down there in 3 years.
Yeah.
So that was good.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah.
But things should keep progressing, and I think we'll be strong in the mix when the dust settles.
Starting out 2-0, Coach. Who were the two victories? I know
We beat
watched
Jefferson.
them. You beat
and
Jefferson.
We beat.
I can't remember who the first game was.
I don't know. Oh, Lenore City.
Lenore City.
City.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been good. Those are two good programs.
Sure.
They got good coaching staffs.
Yeah.
Guys that have been on the high school level that have come back. Coach Wampler played at the University of Tennessee.
Yes.
Played for the Tampa Bay Bucks for a long
Yeah.
time, and he's
Both
a dear
of them a lot
friend
of big
mine.
kids.
Oh yeah. But our kids are aggressive. They're going after people for the first time in last couple of years.
Getting to watch it. There's a big transition there. Not just have anything to do with John Davey, but the total physicality. You guys have been the aggressor in that scrimmage with E-Town, which that's not easy to do.
No.
And then
It was hot and they were
and then-
tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They kept fighting, and that's all you can ask.
Right. CAK tomorrow night. What do you know about CAK?
CAK's good.
They always are, aren't
It's
they?
a bunch of privates that give out scholarships. We give out scholarships too. It's just books and tuition. But we enjoy going over to CAK. Coach Logan's no longer there, and he's a dear friend of mine. He's over at Lakeway now on the high school staff and does a little middle school work. But he's a class act. Those guys that are over there, I know Peyton Tinker, the new coach. We've known him for a while, and he's a class act. And we firmly believe we're going to go over there and just out physical them tomorrow night.
Yeah. What time's kickoff over there?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. Excited to do that, Coach. We'll get done with the pregame hopefully in time to get over there.
I may
and
have to leave a little early.
watch
tomorrow.
JD.
Guaranteed.
Get them kicked off over
Guaranteed.
there and get watch the North Senators get kicked off. So, Coach, best of luck to you this season. Thanks again for coming out and spending some time with us and telling us a little bit about the team. Anything you want to leave off before we head out for a break?
I'm so excited about Friday night. I can't stand it. Don't let me down. I'll kill both of you. Both of you.
We've got some folks in studio we're going
sleepless.
to
I
bring
can't
up
get
right
over
here in
that.
just a few moments. We want to tell Coach No, thanks so much for coming. Appreciate you taking
Yeah, let
some
me
time
add
out of your
too.
day.
Our program. I've been at this.
09.
Yeah, 09 was your first year.
And I
yeah.
think Richie and Chris took over maybe 1 or 2 years after I got there.
The year you got there.
Yeah.
But one thing, I've tried to do is build a real infrastructure, and that's not always easy to do everywhere you go. But me and Richie and Chris have worked, and our whole staff, GT, have worked hand in hand this whole time. And it's I'll always be the one that gets the credit or the blame, but it's been
More the blame.
Yeah, there's been some rough ones, but it's been the process of us building this all together. There really is a real sense of community. As soon as I know his kids are like nephews to me,
Oh, yeah.
and vice versa.
Yeah.
We've watched each other's kids grow up, but we've really built all this together, and everybody's got their own section and role. But it definitely wouldn't happen without Coach No, Coach Moog,
Sure.
and Norris
And
Middle School
then
football.
he comes in on Friday nights and he's the voice of the Mavs, and Chris Moog comes
make you
in
look
and
bad,
runs the
boys.
Megatron. So he's got 5 days, 6 days
Yeah.
of work. Right
Yeah, there's a lot of people that have jumbotrons, but we're the only ones I know of
I don't know anybody
that
runs
have a
one like
team
that.
that's devoted to
Right.
putting in the work and the resources to utilize it to show kids and show
running
the
the
community.
running the sideline cameras
Yeah.
and doing all the pregame videos and hot videos and putting all those things together takes a massive amount of time.
I don't know if Coach Shower appreciates it all the time because we're probably the only one that's got music and videos playing during practice.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
They can't always hear him yelling the way he
That's the
appreciates. He
best.
likes to communicate
No doubt,
with that
no
thing
doubt.
going on all
Just
the
makes
time.
Coach Chow will yell a little louder. And, we'll have him up here in just a few minutes too, so we're excited to have him up. Richie, thanks again for coming.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate
Thanks,
you.
buddy.
Thank
Yep.
you.
Look forward. We're going to take a quick break right now as we leave you live from Ray Varner Ford over on the 4-lane here. Come by and see Ray and Dan and all the staff right there and pick you out a new or used car on the lot right there. We'll be back in just a few moments.
Go Navy, beat Army. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thanks, buddy.
Oh, I dropped my thing here. It comes off.
Drop of the season. 2023 Ford Escape Panoramic Roof 34,740. 2023 Ford Explorer XLT 4-wheel drive 46,915. A 2023 F-150 Super Cab 4x4 46,938. Local you trust, summertime fun you can afford. Ray Varner Ford, your East Tennessee Ford dealership.
Hi, I'm Anderson County Head Football Coach Davey Gillum, and I want to tell you about my friends at Exterior Home Solutions, East Tennessee's first choice in roofing. They've been servicing East Tennessee for over 20 years, achieving a 4.9 rating on Google reviews and are listed as a platinum contractor by Owens Corning. Financing is available. I invite you to learn more about my friends at Exterior Home Solutions on their website, exteriorhomesolutions.com, or give them a call at 865-524-5888.
Show sponsored by Exterior Home Solutions. If you have some storm damage or just need someone to come look at your roof, give Jeff Hedrick a call at 865-524-5888. We're back live at Ray Varner Ford with the Anderson County Maverickland Band Head, John Lamorier. John, Dr. Lamorier, thanks so much for taking time out of your night tonight and come by and visit with us as we get ready for kickoff in week 1. We're joined tonight by Drum Major Mary Jo Mattingly. Mary Jo, good to see you right there. Thanks for coming again tonight. And Captain Tegan Lowry. Tegan, good to see you. Thanks for coming again. I'll check your hand, but you're way over there. So we'll talk a little bit about, Dr. Lamorier, tell us a little bit about band camp right there as you enter your 7th year as the leader of the Maverickland Band. You've done a great job. Y'all have a great program and a great show, and I know it's just exciting to have y'all come up there, and I can hear you beating the drums right now in my head as y'all are coming up to the game on Friday, and I know as we enter the PAL game this week that y'all are excited and ready to get going there as well. So, John, talk to us a little bit about band camp. Folks, they may not know that during the summer, a lot of the summer, during the heat of the day, you guys are out there. And
Right.
talk to us a little bit about that and what goes on in band camp and who's invited to that and how long it goes, those type things, and what y'all actually do right there.
Right. Band camp, we started July 10th, and band camp, the planning for band camp starts in November. And so we plan a long time, and we work all summer, and then we hit the ground running with 90 students this year in the AC band. We're down a little bit. We graduated 35 seniors last year, so although our numbers are down, quality is better this year. So we're excited for Friday night and to support the Mavs as they take the field with PAL.
Man, exciting times right there. Talk to us a little bit about the program. How many you said we had out this?
So we've got 90 students this year.
90, okay, great.
Yep, and we're looking to grow the program. We've got big numbers coming up next year from Norris and
Now
Lake
you
City
work
Middle
you work
Schools.
at the middle schools too, right?
Right.
You work with those programs, so you do that during the part of the day, and then you come
Correct.
to the high school for the afternoon.
Right, yeah, so I work with Eli Henry. He's the director at Norris Middle School,
Okay.
and I'm at Lake City. And
Okay.
we're growing the program, so our numbers are going to grow even larger.
Mr. Henry, he comes over too in the
Absolutely.
afternoons, and you guys just take the program right after school, and y'all go right to work right there.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
awesome.
these kids worked hard this summer.
Yeah.
2 weeks of band camp out and slugging it out in the heat, and and so that they work hard, and we're proud of the work they've done.
Sure, and like I said, it was a super hot out there in the summertime, and we're out there with football, and I can always hear the band, the drums beating. I can hear you on the microphone out there. I think everybody can hear you
Right,
on the
yeah, all
microphone
over
out there,
campus,
and
yeah.
giving instruction, delivering those types of things as y'all go through your practices right there. Tell us a little bit about band camp for you guys from your perspective right there as you go out there in the hot sun. What's your job right there as a drum major? You just a leadership role right there where you take everybody under your wing and keep them going.
Yeah. It was so much fun this year at band camp, and it was my first year doing it and my last at the same time. But I'm having so much fun.
Sure.
And at band camp, it was definitely a challenge. Learning how to do the different patterns.
Yeah.
For conducting, and I got to learn a bunch of stuff over the summer. I took lessons.
Yeah.
And so that was super fun.
Yeah.
Just learning something new
Really
and
great.
being a part of the environment at the football games is just so exciting.
Really great. I love it. Tegan, tell us about I keep hearing about this new song, this war song we're hearing about. Did that take you guys a long time to learn that?
No,
Nope.
it took us maybe 30 minutes.
Yeah.
30 minutes. So to me, I'm thinking about that, running that through my mind. I'm thinking that these songs that you all do are like, that's a whole summer process right there, and then y'all pick that up like that and run with it right there. I got to see, I think Mr. Freeman and Mr. Downs
Right.
came in
Yeah.
to see a little sneak preview, so I got to see a small video of it, and just the small clip I got to see was really energetic and really fun. Looks like it's going to get the crowd involved. It's going to get y'all involved with some voice stuff as well as some
Yeah.
instruments.
Right, so the song's called War. So Friday night we'll see you guys if we're playing the song.
Yeah.
Cheer along with us. It's
Yeah.
You don't want to go to war with the Mavericks.
I love it.
Over
I
and
love
over.
it. Yeah, it's going to be an exciting time right there. You guys come in, you march it in right there before the game right there. What are you thinking as you're marching in right there? Are you thinking about your halftime show? Are you putting that together? Or is there some other thoughts that run through your mind as you come in on the field?
Yeah, so we're putting together our halftime show,
Yeah.
and it's been so much fun, but it's been definitely a challenge, and that's definitely the more challenging part of our whole band camp experience too,
Yeah.
and now because
Yeah.
we're still working at it.
Yeah.
And so we'll have about half of it finished and ready
Okay.
to perform, but we'll keep adding on to it as we go.
Oh,
And so
that's super.
that's
Yeah. I didn't know that. I didn't know.
Yeah,
if
we
it-
keep working throughout the
You
year.
just build it as you go through the season right there.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's consistent work.
Yeah, for sure.
It's no time are we sitting still in a spot.
Yeah.
Like after every game, we're already just in our minds thinking about what we're gonna have to do that next Monday or Tuesday.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
To continue
And
the show. Yeah.
so we're just
Really
consistently
nice.
adding sets, adding
Yeah.
drill, adding music to it, and
Yeah.
it's a lot of work, but it's
Yeah.
very, very rewarding because
Yeah.
this year our show is incredible.
It
I love it.
is.
I can't wait
It
to watch.
is.
I get to sneak out of there a little bit at time and catch some of it there, so it's always fun. I definitely catch the tail end of it as we come out right there. I come back on the field and always catch the tail end for sure. John, you got an incredible team of adults that moms, dads, uncles, aunts, cousins, some folks maybe that aren't related to your program that come out and set things up and move things around. Talk a little bit about those folks and thank them for what they do. You got a brand new band trailer that you could move a house into right there. It's very nice. So,
Right.
you've got some really nice stuff. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we could not do what we do, first off, without the kids putting in all the work. And Tegan and Mary Jo are just great leaders, and we're glad to have them. Our parents are second to none. They
Yeah.
make sure that we get where we need to go. They find the donations that we need to get to the places that we need to go to, and they're making sure the kids are fed on Friday nights. They're making sure to find the donations for buses to get us where we need to go, and they move our equipment.
Yeah.
That new trailer.
Yeah.
It came with some cost, and the parents stepped up and made sure that happened. As bands are progressing, we gather more and more stuff.
Yeah.
So we got to haul
Oh,
it.
yeah.
We got to have a big enough trailer to haul it, and so
No doubt.
we're excited about that.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Well, thanks so much for coming to visit with us tonight right there, John. Y'all do a great job. I can't wait to see the show. I'm excited to hear the war song. I know the students are, the cheer team is, and we hope we put on a show on the field to match what you guys do in the stands right there.
Absolutely.
John, thanks again.
Hey,
We
thank you for
appreciate
having us, and
yes, sir.
we'll see y'all Friday night. Go Mavs!
Yep, go Mavs. All right. Hey, we're gonna welcome to the stage our cheer coach right here, Carabeth Nidifer. Carabeth, she just walked in the door. We're glad to have you. Come on in right here, and we'll welcome up two senior cheerleaders, Mason Farley and Chloe Marlowe, as well as they get their mic switched over. Remember, 7 o'clock kickoff at Powell High School this week. In Knox County, they play the 7 o'clock kickoff over there. So remember, that's going to be kickoff time. Don't show up at 7:30 or you're going to miss 30 minutes of the game. They also told me to remind everybody it's an $8 ticket to get into the Powell Anderson County football game over there. Carabeth, thanks so much for coming today and taking time out of your time to come and visit with us today. Who'd you bring with you today?
This is our senior, Mason Farley,
Yeah.
and Chloe Marlowe.
Ladies, welcome to the show, the Davey Gillum Show. We're excited. This is the inaugural show, and we want to welcome everybody in and hope that you'll tune back in to watch the show as we do other shows here in the next few weeks. Tell us a little bit about, Carabeth, tell us a little bit about the summer. What were some things you just took over the program? We've had a great program for a long time, and you're continuing to do that. Tell us a little bit about some of the things that you all did this summer as a team, and you can rely on them to give a little detail, or you can tell us a little bit about that as well.
Well, we've done a lot of community events this summer. We've done a golf tournament
Yeah.
where the girls just cheered on the golfers.
Sure.
And then we also did a camp where the girls got to, we brought in several different, college cheerleaders,
Yeah.
Coaches from around different areas and came in and worked with the girls. And
Yeah.
and then the girls got to have a little fun. We spent the night at the lake house
Fun.
and did some
That's
stuff
awesome.
like that.
Yeah.
We've had our little MAV camp. And
Really great. Yeah, I saw that.
We
How
had a
many,
great
girls
turnout.
came to that? It looked like
We
it
had
was
a-
a huge turnout.
a little over 80
Yeah. That's
young
awesome.
little Mavs that came to cheer with our girls. So the girls had a good time doing that. So that was a lot of fun. The girls probably can tell you some of their favorite moments of the summer.
What about that? Do you have a favorite moment from this summer?
I always love Little Math Camp.
Me
It's
too.
always my favorite part of
Yeah.
the summer.
Yeah,
I
getting
just
to work
love
with those
getting
little ones.
involved with all the
Do y'all remember when you were little and you would get to come to camp right there and get to work with some
Mhm.
people right there? So that was fun, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's always
Yep.
a good time right there. What can young cheerleaders be doing right now? Middle school, youth cheerleaders, what can they be doing right now to prepare themselves to get to try out for the cheer team in high school? What are some things that they can do?
I just getting that experience.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just being able
Yeah.
to start at a young age, just like any sport, and get any experience you can with it. I
Yeah.
think is the biggest
Yeah.
asset they have. And then, doing things where they get to get involved with these girls.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
fun.
saying? Where our middle schools last week got to cheer alongside them.
Oh yeah, meet the
That was
Maps.
a
That was
big-
really great.
Yes,
Real
that was
fun.
a big way for the middle schoolers to see just what, what
Yeah.
I'm saying, the different, what it takes to get to the next level.
Love it.
You know what
That
I'm
was
saying?
fun. Yeah, it was fun to
Mhm.
watch right there. Anything new for PAL? Anything you're gonna stick out there for PAL? Or
Yeah, we've been working
got
on a lot of new
surprise?
stuff
Yeah?
that we're going to show
Okay.
for you.
I
Yeah.
can't wait. I'm very excited about that. Carrie Beth, thanks so much for coming
Thank you.
tonight. Ladies, thank you so much for taking some time out of your night to come visit with us. We're going to have you back on in a few weeks right there, but thanks again. We're going to take a quick break from Ray Varner Ford. Be sure and stop by and see Ray and Dan and all the sales staff here at Ray Varner Ford for your new or used vehicle purchase.
Summer's not over yet. At Ray Varner Ford in Clinton, we offer a wide selection of vehicles to help you reel in every last drop of the season. 2023 Ford Escape, panoramic roof, 34,740. 2023 Ford Explorer XLT 4-wheel drive, 46,915. A 2023 F-150 Super Cab 4x4, 46,938. Local you trust, summertime fun you can afford. Ray Varner Ford, your East Tennessee Ford dealership.
Hi, I'm Anderson County head football coach Davey Gillum, and I want to tell you about my friends at Exterior Home Solutions, East Tennessee's first choice in roofing. They've been servicing East Tennessee for over 20 years, achieving a 4.9 rating on Google reviews, and are listed as a platinum contractor by Owens Corning. Financing is available. I invite you to learn more about my friends at Exterior Home Solutions on their website, exteriorhomesolutions.com, or give them a call at 865-524-5888.
Welcome back to the Davey Gillum Show, sponsored by Exterior Home Solutions. Once again, if you've got storm damage or just need someone to come look at your roof, give Jeff Hedrick a call at 865-524-5888. Coach, man, let's talk about the 23 season. We've talked about the 22 season. Let's talk about the 23 season, then we're going to introduce some special guests with us tonight.
Yeah, we lost a lot of kids last year. Probably the biggest senior class we've had since I've been there.
Yeah.
A lot of star power, and those kids took the majority of the reps. I think we lost 9 starters on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
And a lot of those positions we went 2 and 3 deep with the senior class. So we had a lot of kids underneath them that we feel really good about, but they just didn't get a lot of Friday night reps because of the kids that were in front of them. A lot of them did get to play some, but not in the the meaningful every down moments and things like that. So, we know we got our work cut out for us as far as gelling and just developing a team chemistry and getting on the same page. I feel like we had a good summer.
Yeah.
Our kids work hard. We had a great winter. Kids in the weight room. Coach Craig does a good job with those guys, and they've got after it. Kids got bigger, stronger. Big difference in those bodies from January to now.
Yeah. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, Coach. Let's go ahead and get right at that schedule. You're going to open up with a 5A 21 state champ Powell High School right there at Powell, and we're going to host 6A Science Hill. We're going to go to 6A Bearden. We're going to have a tough Fulton team that always gives people fits with their athleticism right there, and their coaching. They do a great job right there. The front end of that schedule, as you look at it, and we looked in the paper yesterday, I think 8 or 9 of the top 20 teams listed in the Tennessee, East Tennessee area are on our schedule.
Yeah, yeah, it's tough, and you know, it's almost the same schedule as last year as far as tough goes. We, you know, get rid of Elizabethton, pick up
Ray
Clinton,
County, right.
get rid of Ray County, and pick up Knox West, defending
Right.
state champ.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
so it, you know, it may be a little tougher than last year, or right at it. But I think to tell the tape for us is just going to be a week at a time, getting ready for it. But it's going to be about, we got a lot of good players. We've got some returning starters that we're going to depend on for star power and leadership with Eli Nelson, Nick Moog, Grayson Bradshaw. But it's about getting those other game reps and getting experience and letting these guys form their own chemistry and own identity. So to get ready for the season, we had a tough fall camp.
Boy,
we had
3 great scrimmages.
Yeah, we had 4 schedules. 1 got canceled, but we started off with Bradley Central, 6A, probably the best they've been in my lifetime.
Yeah. Boo Carter going to Tennessee, and the other fella, the quarterback, Tony, what's his name right there?
Cade or something like that.
Kids from Ray County.
Wow.
Yeah, just
incredible. What a
Davis
great scrimmage.
kid going to Miami.
Very physical. Very physical scrimmage.
One of the fastest teams we've ever seen on the field.
Yeah.
And then we went with Dobbins Bennett, 6A power.
Front. Yeah, massive up front.
Tons of
very
kids.
Physical football team.
McMinn County, another huge school, very physical.
Got a great team coming back this year.
So,
for those guys to be in. All 3 of those teams will be definite deep run playoff teams right there.
Yeah, and Bradley Central, depending on how they match up with Bearden and Marable up front, they may have a shot at state championship. They got so much speed, and with that quarterback run. But we got a lot of quality reps for our kids in those scrimmages. That's as high level football as you get in the state of Tennessee, and you know, there was a lot of good things in those scrimmages. You know, starting off with Bradley, I thought we had some injuries on defense, and we struggled a little bit in the perimeter with Corral and Boo Carter and a couple of them.
It's hard to corral. I don't know.
I felt like we come back against Dobbins Bennett and played lights out.
Yes.
Didn't give up a
Got after
score.
it.
Really, as that thing went on, in those 10 plays, we hardly even gave up a first down.
Yeah.
So I thought we really took a big step forward there. Minn County defense was lights out. A little bit of a game planning thing. We didn't know they were going to a wing tee when we scheduled that scrimmage.
Yeah.
That's a little bit hard just to roll into a scrimmage playing your typical 4 down and with no prep time. So, but I thought defensively we got better every scrimmage. Offensively, in that Bradley scrimmage, we made plays. You saw some great things from Moog and from Zay and some of the receivers, but it was sporadic.
Right.
Dobbins Bennett got a little more consistent, but still sporadic. Just, you know, I think had some injuries, bad snaps here and there, some things like that. Just inconsistency. McMinn County got more consistent. So we're moving the right direction in this schedule.
Yeah.
You know, I think we're looking long term. You know, every game on our schedule is winnable, but it's going to be just really how quickly we get gelling.
Right.
But, you know, we got Coach Lambert with us today.
Coach, speaking of gelling, one of the first guys I met when I came on the Anderson County campus in 2000 was Coach Tony Lambert, and he went away from us there, went to be a head football coach, and he did an outstanding job, did some wonderful things. Quarterfinalist, did an unbelievable job as a head football coach, and when we had an opportunity to get him back, you know, you and I talked, and it was a no-brainer. It's like if there's any way to get this guy back on our campus and to get this guy back in our football program, we got to take it. And Coach, I know I'm gonna let you introduce Tony, but Tony, I'm so thankful and so glad to have you back in our program. Thank you.
Yeah, so I've known Coach Lambert since I was running back at Jacksboro Middle School, and he was coaching at Oneida Middle School. So we go back forever, and then when I was...
That's in the 90s and the 80s?
Yeah, no, that was what?
Mid-90s?
Early 90s, mid-90s.
That was around 90s, early 90s.
Coach Lambert, Coach Hall, and then when I was graduating in 97, Coach Lambert was coming in, and we got to know each other really well. My brother was still here in the program.
Yeah.
And, once a Maverick, always Maverick. I was always around the program. Got to know Coach Lambert. Yeah. And while I was in college, I got to work here in the summers with him, for him, that kind of thing. So we've always been friends. But same thing, when we heard Coach Lambert had left Cumberland College and was at Catholic, we was like, man, there's no way he should be driving past us every day to go to Catholic. And no doubt. I think the Lord opened some doors. A lot of people here in Anderson County feel the same way about him. So everybody wanted to do what we could to get him back. It's been a blessing. He really does a good job. Not just coaching football. I think, Coach, your resume speaks for itself and all you've done over the years. But building relationships with kids, treating them right. And he got a lot of things out of kids last year that I don't know that I would have got out of or anybody else. He, just really gravitated to certain kids, and those kids really came on and excelled. And Coach, we're glad to have you. What are you thinking this year for us on defense?
First of all, it was the semifinals. It wasn't the quarterfinals. By the way.
Semis.
That's why it was so special to me last year to be able to get there. Once you've been there, David been there as a player before, and it's just you can almost taste it, and you don't get there, and then it's such a big letdown. And I want to give the kid at Bradley credit. I think his last name was Gore, maybe. Is that right? The one that the
quarterback.
Yeah, he's a UT commitment. So anyway, I want to make sure we did that. But now, first, let me say this. To have an opportunity to work at Anderson County, there's not many places, first of all, that I want to do it. I'll be honest with you. Yeah. Anderson County is a special place. It's full of special people. And I believe this. I believe it was by divine appointment that I got the opportunity to be here. When Coach Gillum called me, he and Coach Chadwell, and obviously Gary, your relationship with me and our friendship over the years, and the administration from top to bottom in central office, even down through our school, and just this community in general, just how special it was to me. To even receive that call from Dave, and Coach Gillum told me, I'll never forget the call. I was in the weight room at Catholic, and Coach told me, he said, Coach, I really believe we got a chance. We got the pieces to win a state championship. We just need some things to fall into place. He said we need to buckle down and work. We need to be tough on these kids, and I don't want to say he prophesied that, but he kind of told me about that. He really did. I think he had a great vision for what he had, and he's done a phenomenal job taking this program to the next level, along with all of y'all. I watched the intricacies, in and outs of how it works, and it's been a blessing. It's been a breath of fresh air to me, and man, it's felt great to be home.
Yeah, well, it's definitely home having him back. It was like you never left. And getting on to this year, we've gotten better every week on defense. A lot of it's to do to this fellow over here. Really, in all of our scrimmages going against three big 6A teams, Nelson stuck out. He's been a dog in all them scrimmages.
He's everything you want. I mean, listen, I'll say this, he's a gentleman off the field. He's a clown sometimes, but he's a gentleman off the field. But man, he's a dog when the ball turns over. Yeah. And I can tell you, he is. He's got as much pop in his hands as anybody I've played around or coached and been around.
And back when he gets his hands on them, those heads rock back.
They snap. They snap. He's Coach Sloan, and I like to talk about our guys real quick. Coach Sloan, Coach Matt Sloan, Jonathan Cotton, Dwayne D.T. Terry, Vance Barrier, Coach Anthony Griffin. And I want to make sure Coach Chadwell stays with us constantly. We know he helps troubleshoot for us. Yeah. He's just a phenomenal ball coach. It doesn't matter what he's doing. And I did coach him, by the way. Yes, I want you to know. Yeah. He's been one of my pride and joys in this whole business. But our guys have worked hard. They've done a tremendous job. And this guy, he's definitely a leader for us.
Yeah. We're excited to have Eli Nelson. Eli, you talk about getting to play for Coach Lambert last year and getting to know him. He came new to us last year, and getting to know him and his style of coaching right there. Just talk a quick, brief minute about that.
It's great. I love having a coach yell 24/7. I love it. It's annoying when he's yelling at you, but when he's yelling at the rest of them, it feels great. Having someone on you 24/7. You don't get a rest at practice. You don't get a playoff. Yeah.
So Eli, your dad, he played at Fulton. You grew up there as a little fella. Your dad won how many state championships at Fulton?
1 or 2, I think.
1 or 2. So he was a good football player, and you're following in his footsteps. So getting one under your belt, I mean, that's a big deal. Do you guys talk about that? What it's like to try and go for the second one? How hungry are you and this team you're leading for this second run?
It feels great, having a few people, with you like Grayson and Nick. But it also feels great to be a leader of the younger guys. Ty Murphy, stepping in at DL. You know, you have a few young backers. It feels great leading them.
Yeah, you guys have done a good job. Obviously, it's going to be an ongoing process, and we're going to need more and more. But you guys have done a good job. You stuck out in the scrimmages, and this Friday you're going to be going against one of the best in Tennessee, Stephen Souls. How do you feel about that challenge?
It's good. I like a challenge. I never really would fear anybody. You respect him, but you know, don't fear him. He's just another defense end that I got to block.
I got you. Well, we're excited about Friday. We expect big things, and I know we had a good day on defense today. We need another good one tomorrow. But I know Coach Lambert's got a good plan, but you guys got to step up on Friday.
It'll be a big test. Be a big test. Powell's got a good football team.
Yeah, they do.
All right, we're going to bring Coach Chadwell and Nick Moog onto the stage right here. We'll bring these guys up as we transition over right here. Coach, once again, a 7 o'clock kickoff at Powell High School, not 7:30. So anybody out there watching, we definitely want to make sure everybody knows it's going to be a 7 o'clock kickoff. So be sure you get there early. It's going to be packed. If you've been to an Anderson County Powell game, it's a standing room only event. It has been, and totally expect that to be the same way on Friday night, Coach. As we travel down to Powell, their fans are going to come out. I know our fans always travel well. Yeah,
it's always packed. You know, playing here. When I played against Powell in the '90s, Coach Lowe was playing there. John's older brother Jamie was playing. They were same age. It's always been a big rivalry. It's always been a big football game. So we got Coach Chadwell and Moog coming on here.
Let's go.
So we've made some coaching changes in the off season. We've had some new additions and a couple of subtractions, but Coach Lambert has taken over the defense full time now, and Coach Chadwell has been the DC up to then. And now Coach Chadwell's taken over the offense. He's coached for his brother in the past at North Greenville and some other places. And, you know, John's as good as a coach as there is in the country, really, on any level. Very detailed. We're very blessed to have him. But we made those transitions. We thought that would be what was best for this year's group. Coach, how do you think we're looking so far?
Well, I'm going to get on to Lambert real quick because he said he coached me, but he didn't tell everybody he benched me. You know, that's the thing about it. But no, I love having Coach Lambert here. It's like being back in high school and him yelling at me most of the time anyway. I think offensively, it's coming along. I think you've probably said it best. It's about consistency. We got some ups, we have some downs, which are going to happen. But if we can continue to be consistent. And execute play in, play out at the level we're capable of, I think we can be a really good offense. And when you got somebody like Nick Moog toting the football, good things are going to happen.
Nick, smile down there, man. You're on TV.
So, Nick, again, you and Nelson and Bradshaw probably took the most reps last year on that team. And, you know, you're returning all-state tailback. Some polls had you as an all-state linebacker too, so obviously relying on you for big things. You come off knee surgery. You looked 100% healthy in the spring. We didn't, you know, pull back. You did everything. So, you know, how you feel going into Friday night?
Oh, I'm feeling great. I'm feeling good to be back out there again. You know, season ended a little early for me and Grayson.
Yeah, that's right.
Grayson went down in the Red Bank game, and I didn't get to finish the state game, but I'm glad it ended the way it did, even with what happened with both of us and the recovery for both of us. I know Grayson's just as far along as I am. So.
So it was a great year, big year, those type of things. We were talking the other day to the team. Last year's team going into this game was very hungry. They definitely wanted some revenge with Powell. A lot of you guys know each other. We're not far down the road. That kind of thing. How hungry is this group of seniors in this team for Friday night?
I know that we're pretty hungry. You know, last time we went up to Powell, it was a close game. We lost, and for me and Grayson and Eli Nelson, that was our first high school game starting. So to lose that, I think it definitely put the chip on our shoulders that to be back in the same place, that it's going to be a different outcome this year.
So this group, you guys, you know, we just graduated maybe the best senior class of kids we've ever had, and there's a lot of star power, a lot of leadership, and now you guys got to go do your own thing and make a name for yourselves.
Is that something you think you and Eli and this group, and who are some other guys that have really stepped up that you feel good about going into Friday night?
Me, Eli, Grayson Bradshaw, Israel, he's stepped up a lot.
Yeah,
he's
Israel
very
does a great
vocal on
job.
defense. He's
Great energy all over the place.
all the time. No matter what time of the day it is, he's got energy. Dalen Cole.
Yeah, Dalen's been big in all of our scrimmages, both sides of the ball. Been physical, all 145 pounds of it.
Yeah.
That's stretching it.
He's a very vocal leader to the defense to make sure that everybody's on the same page. And I know for me, it's a lot easier to have them at safety behind me, knowing
Sure.
that.
Dalen's another guy. Sometimes I forget about him, but I think he started Coach Howe every game last year at safety.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
Very savvy kid.
Yep.
All 15 of
He'll
them, and did great.
He's fun to watch.
Oh yeah, a smart kid. Really, just a ball player. I mean, you talked about Dalen. He's just a football player. And like you said, he's 145, stretching it, but he's going to throw his body around and go get you. So he can definitely play for us.
So Coach Howe, I know, going over to offense now, there's going to be a little transitional time there on Friday night, and then having a quarterback step in June, there's going to be a little transition time there. But as far as our last few weeks and scrimmages, who are some guys and some things that you do feel good about going into Friday night?
Well, I think that all the guys you talked about, just because of the game experience, I think that's the biggest thing when you come to high school football is that, there's those juniors and seniors with so much game experience, especially ours coming from 15 of them last year, understanding what it's like, understanding that you got to execute every single play and how important it is. Like Nick and Grayson, Nelson. I do think, Dalen's been really good at wide receiver this year for us. I think with Zay stepping in and continuing to learn, it's going to be great. X also, just so explosive. I mean, we got some definite weapons. It's just a matter of time of how fast does it gel for us and how fast can we get consistent.
Watching practice and scrimmages, and just what he did last year, it seemed like Trent Strickland, it's only a matter of time for he becomes a household name.
That's you got Trent and Israel on offense, Ty Murphy coming in at the offensive line spot.
And really, Potts is, there's so many that Potts is as good as there is.
Yeah, we got so many weapons. And
Cody
Miller
on defense, but when we're putting him in that slot on offense, he
creates some issues.
It's hard to find reps for everybody.
It really is, and it's hard. Like, I don't necessarily think if you looked at us last year, you're gonna know Nick Moog, Gavin No, Bryson Val is a guy that last year you said what is the defense going to have to do with this guy? Yeah. And right now, we could spread this thing around. So many different people, but at the same time, you've got to find Nick Moog to hang your hat on.
Yeah. Let's see.
So we've had some young linemen that have come a long way in the scrimmages. Jeremy
Hall.
There's
doing a great
right
job.
there.
There's 19 Trick Strickland.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then
household name.
Then you've had Isabel stepped up, and he's had some good reps, and Jackson Hill been a little bit banged up, but all them guys, and Taylor Davis on offense and defense, all them guys have really filled in. But a lot of them O-line that we're talking about stepping up are kind of like the receivers. We think they got ability, just not a lot of game reps right now.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Right there,
yeah, and then
a little harder up front than the receiver too in game reps. So
no doubt, your offensive line takes time to gel, and it's tough. And you can't forget Waylon LaRue, probably one of the fastest guys around.
Yeah. So we're going to bring up Nick. We're going to
Nick, thanks for coming tonight.
We're going to replace Nick with our all-star kicker Tyler Ratcliffe. Really, I think since Daniel Bethel came years ago, it's really elevated our whole kicking program.
Oh yeah.
I think our kickers. And Tyler was a young man. I don't know, Tyler, what were you, freshman or eighth grader when Bethel was here?
Oh, Bethel was here my freshman year. So,
a lot of those guys got to see what it was like to really see a professional go at it and the way they work. And Tyler and Josh both,
nice tackle.
They put in a ton of work outside of our normal practice, traveling to camps. And, if I come in on Saturday, I
usually see these guys at some point. If I come Sunday after church, I usually see these guys getting work.
Yeah.
They're really chasing their craft the same way
Sure.
a quarterback would have to do.
Yeah.
A lot of Indian camps and things like that. So
what'd you have, 71 touchbacks last year?
Yeah, it was up there.
It was unbelievable.
It was nice.
Just
it was
a great weapon to have, and
Yeah.
look forward to watching that again this season as you go out there and you make the other team start on the 20, and they got to go 80 every time. And it
I don't know
matter.
if people understand how big that is in high school
Yeah.
football to have to go 80. And I don't know if I'll ever forget the red bank when it's 15 yards backwards.
Yeah, they backed you up and you did it anyway.
That's awesome. Tyler, if you don't mind, give everybody just a small taste of what the kicker life is like in your off-season schedule. Like a lot of our other kids are going 7-on-7 and things like that.
Yep.
And a lot of people may not understand the things that you guys are doing.
Yeah, so we see our guys going to 7-on-7, and we absolutely love that. But at the same time, we're going to these camps. I get trained by James Woolhoy especially, and he was a former UTK kicker, and he had a stint in the pros. So we're going to these camps just like you guys are playing 7-on-7. So while you guys are getting better, we are getting better as well, and we're just having a blast with it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys working, we working. At the end of the day, everybody's playing on Friday night, and we're just having a good time. So we're excited.
Well, we're excited, and I know Coach Lambert's counting on that defense that offense having to go 80 yards every single time.
Yeah.
Is that going to be a problem for us?
No, that's not going to be a problem at all, Coach. I'm excited.
Talk about Ella the dog. She comes and picks up your team right there. I don't think anybody's got that.
That's the star of the show right there.
The star of the show.
Dang
Ella
right,
the
yeah.
dog.
I never thought I'd see the day that I was telling Lance was one of my roommates in college.
Yeah.
That we win a state championship and we're overshadowed by a dog.
Yeah, Ella's fantastic.
Ella was the show down in Chattanooga for sure.
But that's Anderson County football.
Yeah.
Just so many people involved, so many people taking pride in their little niche on Friday night.
Yeah. Coach, it's been a great first show.
It has. You've done a great job, Coach.
Really nice stuff. We've recognized a lot of folks to get us started right off right there. We're going to do this again next Wednesday, Coach. We'll talk a little bit about the PAL game.
Yep.
And we're going to meet up at Fox Toyota over there. We'll do the same time show next year or next week. Coach, thanks so much for coming. Coach Chabel, thanks for coming and visiting with us right there. Tyler, any words of advice or anything for the PAL game that you think of right off the bat? You can't wait to kick it in the end zone.
I can't wait to start them at the 20, Coach.
Yes, sir. That's what we're looking forward to right there.
I'll say this going into that PAL game, it's going to be a big game for this group of kids.
Yeah.
No matter what happens on Friday, we're not going to be a finished product.
Right.
There's going to be growing pains.
It's a measuring stick for both teams, I think. To find out where you're at right there. It's a non-region game, and it's a measuring stick.
Both
to kind
programs
of give
very
you an idea
similar
where
right now.
where you are.
Both programs just graduated two of the best classes those schools have ever had.
Yeah.
And both of us kind of starting over with new starters. They're going to start a lot of new kids too.
Yeah.
So there's growing pains for them too. We're both in the same boat. I think it's going to be who plays cleaner on Friday.
Yeah.
And the big thing is X's and O's and chemistry will work itself out. We got to go compete. We got to be physical.
Yeah.
We got to tackle well, and just give everything we got. And if we can do those things, we'll find a way to win.
Yeah. 7 o'clock kickoff again. Don't forget the 7 o'clock kickoff. Powell High School, get there early because you're going to want to get a seat. And if you get there at 7:05 or any time after 7, you're going to be standing. I can tell you, it's going to be a packed house. You can watch it on BBB, Channel 12 right there. You see it on Facebook as well, Roku, all those things he's got up on the screen right there. Brad does a great job right there getting the Anderson County Mavericks on TV, and we're thankful for him and thankful for all the folks right there that make that happen for us. Once again, we'll be back at it next Wednesday, Coach.
Yeah,
Same
excited.
time. We'll have some new folks up. We'll talk about some new things, talk about the PAL game, and then we're going to talk about our first home football game with Science Hill. Should be a great time right there. Once again, want to thank Jeff Hedrick with Exterior Home Solutions. Once again, if you got storm damage or need a roof, 524-5888. Thanks for Ray Varner Ford for letting us come tonight for the inaugural Davey Gillum show. Go Mavs.
Go Mavs.